Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, so the title for today is Intrinsic Value. It's about your intrinsic value. We start with the Nine of Pentacles, and it kind of separated itself out, and then all these other cards came out together. And so it really does show a story of having just gone through a lot of heartache maybe, but really bullshit, really learning about your intrinsic value. And so this Nine of Pentacles is, often called pre-Empress energy, but it really speaks to what you have to offer, that your intrinsic value, your gifts, your talents, your ideas, your passions, the value you bring to it, what you invest yourself in, the way you can nurture things. And it almost gives a sense that you were put in a situation I kind of feel like, I don't know why I feel this way, but it's almost like if there was another person or people, it's almost like it was all your idea or it was all your thing, yet somehow you were put in a position where you had to kind of devalue yourself in order for their approval. But their approval was just based on egoic bullshit on their part. And you hopefully learned a very important lesson about your intrinsic value, and that you don't ever have to compromise yourself to gain the approval of others. Because if they truly value you and understand and appreciate what you bring to the table, they would just want to lift you up, not expect you to dim your light because you're shining brighter than they are. That's kind of what it feels like. It's all about value. It's all about investment. Also, I want to point out, this is the gummy bear deck. I rarely use this one for my videos. It's actually my son's deck, but I don't know, every now and then it wants to come out. So it feels like as intense as the situation this is referring to may have been, I think it's really guiding you to laugh a little bit at yourself, at the situation. Don't take things personally. Don't take it so seriously. It's gummy bears. Things pass, and people have very short attention spans. So, so if you're worried about how you appear in other people's eyes, fuck them. Just keep valuing yourself, and they'll forget all about whatever this messy situation was. So what are we talking about? We've got the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Wands, as well as the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So with these cards, and they want to be in pairs, but they want to be spoken of together. And again, we're talking about your intrinsic value. So with this Ace of Pentacles reversed, and remember, we're starting out with this Nine of Pentacles. It's so much about worth and value. And this is just, it's fucking done. It feels like you were investing yourself or cultivating something in a situation, and it kind of gives a sense that maybe a situation or a person or something came along that maybe saw a gift that you have, or an idea that you have, or something like that, something that you wanted to invest yourself in anyway. And it's almost like it feels like a ruse or something, because I get the sense of a Three of Pentacles type of energy where they seemed like they wanted to work with you and invest in you, but really it's like they were just distracting you. They were time fucking wasters is what they were. And so I think, if nothing else, trying to summarize it, but of course I like to go back and go deeper, it feels like maybe you learned a valuable lesson, and now you've learned to guard yourself against this. And so with the Seven of Cups reversed and this Ace of Pentacles reversed, and all of these cards, again, it just feels like you got into a situation that seemed like it was going to be hopefully a good investment of your time and energy and possibly money, and it just ended up being a big waste of time. With the Seven of Cups, it's like, it almost feels like you had this idea, maybe you had clarity of the path you were on, of whatever it was that you were doing, and maybe they just kept distracting. Like, instead of focusing on what was agreed upon, instead of staying focused on that, it was more like, well, what if we do this? Or what if we do that? Or what if we, and it's good to have ideas, and it's good to be, fluid and flexible and all of that. But but also it's like, you're working on a garden, and it's almost like they were like, well, let's go work on this garden over here. And well, how about this garden over here? And it's like, I thought we were planting my garden. And like, I think, you know, maybe you stayed in this cycle a little bit longer than you meant to, because this 10 of Swords is here. You know, I always like to say with that 10 of Swords, how many times does a person have to stab you in the back before you recognize they only have knives for you? Or another thing said is they knew what you wanted. They knew what you wanted. And the way you know that they knew what you wanted was probably every time you acknowledged that they were not working in your garden. They would tell you what you wanted to hear. They would say, oh, no, I want to work in your garden. I want to plant the seeds you planted. But as soon as they got you back into their timeline, they didn't give a fuck about your garden or the seeds you were planting. They were back to this fucking distraction. So again, it feels like a lesson learned about your own self-worth, your own self-value. It feels like it was a catalyst maybe for maturing into the next level of consciousness where you truly do value yourself. And so the last cards we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So it does feel like even though they wasted time in your garden, all is not lost. Once you've gotten away from this situation and you've learned to guard yourself against this time-wasting bullshit, now you've still got the seeds that you intend to cultivate. It's just about a matter of like starting over or doing reparations, pulling the weeds, whatever it is. I don't think all is lost. I don't think too much time was wasted. Again, if it's a valuable lesson, my friend Shenandoah's birthday was just the other day on February 13th. And you know, that saying I always attribute to him, good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from poor judgment. So don't take it too much to heart. And then the last card we have is the Strength card. And I really like that. And I want to put it with this Nine of Pentacles. And now, hopefully through all of this, you have gained the strength and the wisdom to value your intrinsic value and you know, well, to appreciate your intrinsic value and to have the gentle, quiet strength to advocate for yourself, to really stand up for you, and to recognize when somebody is trying to waste your time and pull your energy away from what it is that you are cultivating for yourself. Nobody's going to feed you if you don't cultivate your own garden. You know, they just, whatever, they got to learn to feed themselves, I guess. So that's all I have for today. Peace and love until next time.